Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here. Welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter Stories 2. And today I want to talk a little bit more about some of the game details and kind of list 8 things that we now currently know about this game. Again, as I mentioned in previous videos, information is a little bit sparse, but of course the website does still continue to get updated, and there are a few things that maybe sort of didn't crop up in the initial announcement. So for those of you guys that potentially missed the live stream or just want an update summary of where we're currently at, then here are 8 things that we now know about Stories 2. If you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated, and let me know down below which monster, or should I say Monstie, because that's what they're called in Stories, which Monstie do you want to see the most? Honestly, I would love to see some brand new ones from Rise. It's probably not going to happen, but the idea of riding on the back of Gosharag would actually be kind of awesome. But anyway, that aside, let's get started. So first things first, number 1 of course is the release. Monster Hunter Stories 2 now has the official release date of July the 9th, which is not that long when you consider that Rise launches, this month, not that long away. And then, of course, they have DLC plans for Rise. By the time they kind of get through the DLC, we're then going to be in a position to transition very nicely into Stories. And the nice thing is, this is going to have a worldwide release this time. I remember back when Stories 1 came out, I played it first in Japanese, and of course, then it came out later on over in the West. So it is actually really nice to see that this time around, Capcom are sort of taking it seriously and releasing it worldwide. So yeah, if you guys haven't played it, make sure you definitely check it out. In at number 2, we of course have the PC release. Again, some of you guys may not have seen this initially because it wasn't shown during the first Direct, but there was an updated end slate that actually features the Steam logo at the bottom of the trailer. So this does of course mean that Monster Hunter Stories is not a Switch exclusive. It is of course also coming to PC. So if you guys don't have a Switch and you want to check it out, then this is a good chance to get your Stories fix. One of the most exciting new additions in Stories 2 is the co-op aspect. The previous game, in Stories 1, you did of course have some multiplayer arena battles, but as we saw from the gameplay, admittedly only a very short snippet, but we do have the option to actually seemingly explore the world, because of course we see hunters riding on the back of both Nagakuga and Tigrex, running around and then running up towards Mizutsune to of course begin the encounter. And then of course once you go into combat, you can then fight side by side, doing your attacks, taking turns, fighting the monsters, and performing combined kinship attacks, which are incredibly cool. And when you factor in Stories 1 already had some amazing sort of anime over-the-top kinship attacks, the idea of them being able to do double attacks is going to be fantastic. So yeah, I cannot wait to play this. Of course, in at number 4, Naveru makes his return. He is the globe-trotting feline with the unforgettable face. I mentioned this before. He's kind of like the Marmite character. He's one of the sort of, some people like him, some people don't. But of course, we will meet him again as he is traveling around. He's the adventurous and positive sort of side character. And of course, his pastime we know to be eating. But he will, of course, be accompanying us on our journey. He acts as our guide, and he will, of course, help us become the rider that we're meant to be. Next up, of course, we have the different areas in the map. So far, we have seen Hakolo Island, Mahana Village, Alcala, and Ruto Village. Hakolo Island is, of course, the tropical island known for its sacred mountain. Large monsters graze around peacefully among the grasslands. Mahana Village is the central village of Hakolo Island. This is our hometown, and this place that Red once called his home. And in this area, we'll, of course, meet the Chief Gara, as well as Kana and the other riders. Alcala is a vast region with the rocky terrain. This area contains many primeval forests, unchanged since ancient times, and Ruto Village is of course the village in the middle of a forest populated typically by only wyverians, Enna's home, and the one that Red often visited during his travels. Outside of that, we have of course seen a selection of new monsters, and the website does give us some details on some of their skills. We of course have Mizutsune, whose kinship skill is Moonlight Transience. Battle tips for this one say that they use bubbles during battle to enhance their agility, which can decrease your attack accuracy. In their enraged state, they can then perform 2 moves during 1 turn. Puke's kinship attack is called Venom Surprise, and the battle tips for this one says that their attack type will change after eating. You can break their parts to limit their attack types. Paolumu, the kinship attack is Jet Balloon. The battle tips for this one say that if you allow them to stay airborne for prolonged periods, they will perform powerful attacks. Try using items and breaking parts to gain the upper hand against this monster. For Anjanath, the kinship attack is Anja Assault, and the battle tips for this one say that you can learn to predict when an Anjanath will perform a strong attack, use that knowledge and prioritize breaking certain monster parts to gain an advantage during battle. For Legiana, you have the Icicle Realm kinship skill, and the battle tips for this one say that their behavior will change when they are airborne. By breaking specific parts, you can limit the power of their attacks again. For Kuluyaku, you have the kinship skill Explosion, and the battle tips say that they use rocks as shields to block attacks. The rocks they wield are weak against blunt type weapons, and you can break them just like monster parts. For Velocidrome, you have Velocicrush as your kinship skill, and your battle tips are that they travel in a pack with Velociprey. They will attack those with low HP, so you should avoid becoming the focus of a direct attack. And then of course finally, in terms of the actual details, we have Razewing Ratha, who of course is our Monstie, hatched from the egg that we received from Enna. It has small wings, and it's said that at the beat of its wings, the world will burn. However, outside of that, we have seen a few more monsters. We've seen Nergigante, we've seen Nargacuga, we've seen Tigrex, and again, as mentioned, Legiana as well. So, those are the monsters we currently have. On the weapon front, confirmed weapons are Greatsword, Hammer, Sword and Shield, Hunting Horn, and Bow. In this game, Greatsword of course described as a slash type weapon for an attack-focused fighting style. Charge skills level up the charge gauge, enabling the use of even stronger skills. Hammer is of course the blunt type weapon, great for breaking those monster parts. Winning a head-to-head levels up the charge gauge, enabling you to use even stronger skills, and it also comes with skills that are especially effective against opponents afflicted with abnormal statuses. The Sword and Shield, another slash type weapon, striking a good balance between attack and defense, enables the use of heavy hitting slash type skills while also reducing the damage that you take. Some skills block or parry attacks. The Hunting Horn, another blunt type weapon optimized for team support. Besides regular attacks, it comes with a variety of skills for supporting allies. The skills available to you depend on the horn's melody. And Bow is a pierce type weapon capable of inflicting abnormal statuses. Use a charge skill for a higher chance of afflicting your opponent with an abnormal status with your next attack. There's also a chance to follow up your attack with a power shot. Outside of that, we of course have some information on the versions, the amiibos, and the extras. There'll be a digital version with pre-order coming soon, alongside a physical version. The deluxe edition comes with the Rider's layered armor, Razewing Armor Alpha and Razewing Armor Beta. You then also have Enna's outfit, the Kuan coat. You have Nabaru's outfit, the Puke Puke costume, and the Nergigante costume. You have the spiky Nurgle Rider's hairstyle, and a couple of sticker sets as well. And on the amiibo front, you have Enna, Razewing, and Tsukino. And of course, scanning these in will give you items and costumes that relate to those characters. Additionally, don't forget that if you do have Monster Hunter Rise, you will also get the Kimura Garb layered armor, and your pre-order bonus is the Kimura Maiden outfit. And that, my friends, is everything that we currently have. So if you guys have missed any information on stories, then you are now up to date. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, and again, be sure to keep it locked, because once we do find out more, once we do get more information on stories, we will also be covering that alongside Rise. So if you like Monster Hunter, you're in the right place. If you want to catch more from us at Arekkz Gaming, don't forget you can catch the guys 269, Paradise Central, and Investmore streaming over on Twitch weekdays, playing a variety of games. If you guys want to jump in, tune in, watch, and even join in, then make sure you check them out. The links to those are in the description box down below, and of course you can join the Discord to get involved in all of the discussions.